So, welcome participants. Yesterday, we covered contents up to class 4. The last slide was iterative pattern and process. Okay, it is a class note for class 4. So, we have covered lecture 1. Okay, so last thing that we came to know is all about the process, and it is loop. Okay, so last slide was this concept loop. Okay, so we'll start today complex pattern. Okay, it's a part of class 4 complex pattern. So I hope I'm audible and my PPT is visible to all.
Yes, you are audible and PPT is visible.
Okay, thank you, sir. So now in pattern, since it's in class 4, now things will get more conceptual, and let's start with simple things first. If you can observe natural things like vein pattern on leaves, okay, say in the picture, these veins are in some pattern, okay, or if you see fish, there is a pattern, okay, how scale are arranged on a fish. So there is a pattern, means these hexagonal shapes are repeating, okay. So what can be an application of this? If a student want to paint fish, then if he can paint for one, he can repeat it. So using loop, he or she can draw the whole part of the fish with color, okay. So observing pattern will help the learners or students to easily do the activities. Or let's take third example for tiger. There is a pattern, okay. The strips are in a pattern, or maybe in leopard also you can observe there will be some pattern, okay. Some, like in earlier classes we have seen guess numbers. Student has can see that there is a recognition they can do that there is a difference between two numbers 10, okay. So easily your class 4 students can answer that it is 60, okay. Or maybe with words, the next will be after AA, BB, CC, DD, E, FF, there will be pattern is G, okay. So everything we get depend upon the observation, okay. Or in the last class we have seen in sari there are some design known as motif, okay. Oh, yeah, and sometime for words like what is the uncommon one here among apple, pomegranate, cherry, papaya, beetroot, which one is uncommon? Beetroot is uncommon here, okay. So we can easily recognize because these all are fruits, but beetroot is vegetable, okay. So there can be different questions like what are the toys usually you find in a boy cupboard or in a girl cupboard, okay. Maybe in boy cupboard you will find vehicles, cars, okay. Maybe in girl cupboard you can find teddy bear, etc. Okay. So there is a pattern. So all this example it has to do with pattern. So what are patterns? If the technical definitions we need to give to class 4 students, pattern is repetition of one or more things, sometime in a sequence that we can observe in ordered list or things around us, okay. So as we saw, pattern can appear in number sequence or it can appear in cloth. Maybe cloth can be woven in pattern or sweater can be knit in a pattern. Okay. Or maybe in nature you can find pattern how leaves are arranged, or maybe seasonally temperature changes, okay, or how tree bear fruits, okay. If you observe a tree, uh, maybe of mango or maybe of other fruits, you will see that generally fruits are can be found in pattern, okay. So there can be patterns in our behavior too. So what things class 4 students need to do? Look around them, tell them to look around their nature, what patterns can they observe, okay. So you need to motivate them why they need to know patterns, what or why do we need patterns, okay. Like patterns can help them, it makes complex thing simple so that we can understand it easily. Maybe, and for example, printing a big sari is difficult, but creating small motif means small design and printing the same design again and again is easy. Okay. Or take a second example, patterns observed by businessmen. Okay. Shopkeepers, different shopkeepers study the behavior of different customers. Okay, depend upon what customers have purchased in earlier days, the shopkeeper can stock accordingly. Maybe people, whatever people buy raincoat in rainy season, or people buy raincoat and rain shoes before the monsoon. Okay, so shopkeeper can store raincoat and rain shows during monsoon only. Okay, there can be different examples, or maybe farmer plan crop based on weather patterns, or patterns are used in printing cloths and saris, or maybe tailor makes pattern using paper so that they can repeat a design anytime. Okay, police study the behavior patterns of criminal. This helps in catching them. Okay, so different examples we can use. So common things are, what about examination paper patterns? Okay, see in examination paper patterns also, if you can observe previous year questions, maybe 3 to 4 year, you can guess what will be the question in the coming semester. Okay, so theme is that if you can observe things closely, then you will find a pattern and you can guess the future events or things, or it will make things easier. Complex thing, it will be more easier for you to solve. So in this lesson, you will learn about some more examples of pattern and recognizing and creating patterns. You will learn about patterns in poetry and symmetric patterns. Okay, so we'll cover these things in this slide. See some examples. So in this black shapes, how would you describe this pattern? Okay, so the pattern is that first block is black, next block is white. Okay, so these patterns get repeated each time. Okay, maybe in the second example, can you draw the next item in the list? Okay, means you have to draw the future one. So if you have these three, first, second, third, so you can observe that it is at the top, then 90-degree rotation, then 90-degree rotation. So easily you can guess that next will be here. Okay, so it is upon the observation of the pattern. Okay, so spot the odd man out in each list below. So say example, dolphin, cobra, swordfish, sea throat, kingfish, sea snake. What will be uncommon here? Odd man out. Here, cobra will be uncommon because others are fish, but cobra is snake. Similarly, in the second example, all are rivers, but Everest is a mountain. Similarly, uh, wheat, ragi, jowar, rice, these are different than watermelon. Watermelon is a fruit. Okay. Similarly, among cotton, nylon, wood, silk, polyester, denim, wood is different. Similarly, this is different. So uncommon one is pretty, and uncommon one is Kanyakumari. Okay. So there can be different examples. The last are words. These are some design. Okay. Some common designs like it is known as strip. Okay. So pattern is like there, repetition is there. Okay. Strip. This is check design, flower or floral design. So some more different designs are there. So all of them have some patterns that are repeating one after another. Okay. So you can give some activities to your students. Can they create some design for you? Like give them some two squares. Okay. Tell them to design something with two squares. Okay. So if one of them put one square on a page, then put the other on top of it. Okay. So they get the design like this. Rotating the top square by 45 degrees, they get a design like this. Okay. So after doing some corrections, they get a nice design. So hold the top square in place with one finger, then trace the outline fully on the page. Now remove the squares. Okay. So they get a nice design. So do you see what you just did? You made a beautiful 8-pointed star with two boring squares. So, so tell them like questions like, can you try another design with two or more triangles or two with two circles? Okay. So we can use another examples like you are given four octagonals. Okay. Let's try to rearrange them and create new shapes. Okay. So after arranging them in this way, you get a diamond shape. Okay. So focus on the blank space between the octagons. What do you see? You see a diamond shape. Similarly, arranging them in such a way, you get a square shape in the middle, or you get a eye shape. Okay. Or you get a 4-pointed star shape. Okay. So what you see depends on where you are looking. Let's take some same example that we used in last class also. Like there was a gray cat in the next door flat. He was very fat and was called Big Pet. So if you see in the last word, cat, flat, fat, pet, there is a pattern of type A. Okay, consider this as sound A. So similarly, it is sound A, similar sound. So all the lines rhymes with each other. The rhyming pattern is called AA. Similarly, here in the second paragraph, cat, day, night, away. So there is a pattern matching between cat and uh, sorry, there is a pattern matching between day and away. Okay, so there is no pattern matching between cat and night. So in this pattern, word A and C are different, whereas B and last word again same sound. So B and the sounds B repeating. So this rhyming pattern is called ABCB. Okay, earlier all this AA. Here it is ABCB. So what we are trying to know here, that in rhyming, depend upon their sound, we are observing the pattern. Few more examples like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star paragraph. If you can see, the word star are high sky. The pattern is star and R are similar. Okay, so it is pattern AA. High and sky are similar, so the pattern is BB. Okay, let's take this paragraph. Neat and clean and seen and complete. 4 words. So see, between neat and complete, you can find a similar sound. Okay, so you can consider this as A, and clean and seen can be considered as B. So the rhyming pattern will be A, B, B, A. So I will be happy to receive a response from you participants. Let me know the answer for this rhyming pattern. Thought, doll, caught, ball. Anyone can answer. So the pattern is like thought and caught are similar. Okay. So thought and caught can be considered as AA, doll and ball can be considered as BB. So the pattern is AB, AB. Okay. So now try with some patterns with visual form. So let's consider there is a mirror between these two pegboards. Okay. So the mirror is this black color line. So if you consider two red color balls known as peg here, so can you see that the pattern on the left hand and the one on the right are mirror images of each other? So this is mirror image of the another one, or vice versa you can say. So such patterns are called symmetrical. Okay, and the mirror line is called line of symmetry. Okay, symmetrical and line of symmetry. Okay, let's repeat. So this line is known as line of symmetry, and this pattern is symmetrical. This is another example. So line of symmetry is the black color line, and this is mirror image of the first one. Okay, so it is symmetrical. This is another example. So can you complete the symmetrical pattern on the right side? What will be the symmetrical pattern here? So here color will be red. Okay, so I hope you have got this concept. So this is similar. So we can complete symmetrical pattern on the left. So what we need to color? So this will be red, this will be red, and this will be red. Okay. Similarly, color will be red for first, second. Sorry, I've done mistake. What should be the answer? So answer should be, since it is mirror image, so the color should be here red, then keep this similar, it will be red, and this will be your red. Okay, so you should get the answer like this, symmetrical image. So pattern which we can divide by a mirror line such that left and right side of the patterns are mirror images of each other are called symmetric pattern. But patterns where we cannot do that are known as asymmetric pattern. Okay. If you observe this number 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, it is also symmetric pattern because if you see 1, 2, 3, the reverse will be 3, 2, 1. Okay. This is known as symmetric pattern. So to summarize, we can say patterns are all around us, maybe in nature or science, maybe in number, language, or behavior. Okay? Learning to look for patterns and recognize them helps us in many ways. Like it simplifies the complex problem and helps them to solve. We can create our own patterns or use and extend existing pattern. Pattern may be symmetric or maybe asymmetric. Okay. So with this class 4 lecture will end. So in the 5 syllabus, the symmetric pattern is continued. Okay. In the last lecture, we got symmetric pattern and asymmetric pattern. So in class 5 first lecture, they will continue symmetric pattern. Take this baby face. Do you find any symmetry here? Can anyone guess any answer? So there are 19 audience. So yes, Rina said eyes. Yes, eyes are symmetrical here. See, when you see face and draw an imaginary line with the nose, you would see the exact same image on both sides. This is called symmetry. It is a beautiful and harmonious proportion of around us. Okay. So if you draw a line between, sorry, my line is not straight here. So it should be like straight line. So whatever you observe here will repeat in the other side. The eyes, the ears, or half part of nose or half part of lip, this will get repeated in the other side also. Okay, so you can consider this a line of symmetry. So opposite side is mirror image. Okay, symmetry can be everywhere, maybe in nature or maybe in math, physics, maybe in biology or geography. Okay, symmetry is beautiful and proportional. But in symmetry, since we are in stage 5 or class 5, students should get more deeper. They should know the more deep difference between the symmetry, like reflection symmetry, rotational symmetry, transformation symmetry. Okay, so let's see a reflectional symmetry. If you observe butterfly, okay, if you observe butterfly that have two beautiful wings, okay, so consider this wing 1 and this as wing 2. Okay, so if you notice the two wings, they are looking similar. Means if I can divide them into half, the first wing is mirror image of this second wing. Okay, so this is known as reflection. So you would see a lot of reflection symmetry in nature, maybe in zebra also or in peacock feather leaves. You can observe symmetry. Okay, so technically, what is reflection symmetry? The definition is any figure which will not change even after the reflection has reflection symmetry. So many animals are reflection symmetry. When animal body is divided vertically, divided into maybe left and right halves, each halves looks the same. This is called sometimes bilateral symmetry also. Okay, so it helps us forward movement and streamlining. Okay, so if you can give some task to your student also, like they can draw animal, and different animal can be drawn to show their reflection symmetry, or writing some words like madam, kayak, ma'am. These are reflection symmetry. Okay. So take another example of rotational symmetry. Maybe this term rotational symmetry you can understand easily with flower. Okay, if you can observe the flower, see, if you rotate it from left to right in clockwise or maybe in anti-clockwise, after rotation every time it will look same. Okay, so an object of or the image that matches itself, okay, an object or image that match itself some number of times when it is rotated, its center point is rotational symmetry. So in case of starfish, it would match 5 times. Like in flower or maybe in ceiling fan, you'll find same. Okay. So see clearly for rotational symmetry, figure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you rotate, you will find the same image. Okay. In the second, in the third also. Okay. So some other examples are like rectangle, squares, circle, or any regular polygons. They are rotational symmetry. Okay. So you can give exercise to your students like try to rotate any ball that you have, like volleyball, football, basketball, etc. From your finger and observe how it looks. Or watch the ceiling fan when it is rotating slowly. Or maybe another activity like make a paper fan with 5 wings and number each wing. Now rotate it with the stick which is attached to the center. So observe the that the fan looks like 5 times when you complete one complete round. Okay. So these are just suggestion of exercise. You can prepare your own exercises to teach them what is rotational symmetry. Just please remember that whenever you can rotate the picture or things, these will look similar. Okay, so this is rotational symmetry. And the last is translational symmetry. Okay, so have you noticed the border in some of your mother's sari when there is a regular pattern, or maybe uh, many man-made objects will have these repeated patterns. You see repeating patterns in honeycomb or maybe in snake skin. So this is honeycomb. Okay. So if you notice this, then you can have come across translational symmetry. Means whatever you can observe at location 1, that will be same in location 2 or maybe in location 3. Okay. So in last class also we have got one term translation. Okay. So from that we came to know what is translation symmetry. Okay. Or maybe in brick, if you observe this brick pattern can be found in other locations also. Okay. So this is your translation symmetry. Okay. Or in saris, these designs are repeated in each case. Okay. So this is your translation symmetry. So in class 5, they have another lecture after the symmetry slide or symmetry lecture with three type of different symmetry. There is a conceptual lecture on mathematics. Okay, finding patterns in mathematics. Here, few contents are repeated from class 4, like examples of multiplying numbers, like say in the picture there are two cats in each group. Okay, and there are 4 groups. So group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. So how many cats are there? Since 2 cats in one group, 2 into 4 different groups, it will be 8. So in the class 3 and 4, they have shown us content that after adding the same number multiple times, they get a multiplication table. Okay. So here 2 is repeatedly added 4 times to get 8. Okay. So multiplication is connection, having connection with addition. Similarly, table of 5, the multiplication, there is a pattern. Okay. So pattern is that in table of 5, the are you noticing some common things in this table? This is uh, that is, whenever you multiply any number with 5, the answer would always end with either 5 or 0. Okay. So the answer will always end up with 0 and 5 is multiplied with 2. If you multiply 2, it will always 0. Okay. If you multiply with odd number, it will be always end with 5. Okay. So what does this show? That there is a pattern. Another example. Now let's take table for 10. Okay. If you observe clearly, all of them ends with 0. Okay. So when 10 is multiplied with any number, all you need to do is just add 0 in front of the number that is getting multiplied. Okay. So if you understand the pattern, then you can guess certain things accurately. So if you can multiply 10 with random, like 1 to 6, since you know the pattern, so you will just add 1 to 6, 0. Okay. Let's take table for 9. So 9 has interesting pattern. So to generate table of 9, what you can do, write down 0 to 9. Okay, write down 0 to 9 from first row till 10th row. Now start writing from 10th row with 0 to 9. Okay, so you easily get table of 9. Okay, 9 into 9, 9, 9 into 2, 18, 9 into 3, 27. Similarly, 9 into 10 equal to 90. Okay. Let's look at another interesting pattern of 9. Say, let's take 9 into 256, it is 2304, or 9 into 417, it is 3753. Here is a trick that whenever you will add the summation of, like, 1 plus 8 will be 9, 2 plus 7 it will be 9, or maybe 8 plus 1 it will be 9, or maybe 2 plus 3 equal to 5, 5 plus 4 it will be 9, or maybe let's take this number 3753. 7 and 3 is 10, 5 and 3 is 9, so 10 plus 9 is something I'm missing here. So 7 and 3 is 10, 10 plus 5 is 15, 15 plus 3 is 18. So you got 18. Now add again. 18, 8 and 1 equal to 9. Okay. If you are not clear about the concept, check this. So the trick is, if you add the digits of the result, they add up to 9 only. Okay. So I have taken this example, 9 into 325. So answer is 2925. Add all of them, you get 18. Okay. And again, you add 1 and 8, you get 9. Okay. So you can check this with any numbers which is multiple of 9. Always the result will add up to 9 only. Okay. So in mathematics, there are lots of pattern examples you can find. You can see pattern with table 11 also. Whenever you will add, note that for the table 11, from 1 till 9, it has one pattern and then it changes. Okay. So you can ask your students to write table for 11 and to observe the pattern. So what is the importance of mathematical patterns? Patterns give a sense of order, which otherwise might look chaotic or messy. Okay. When you notice that things happens in a certain patterns, even something as usual as a bus always stopping at a certain bus stop at 10 a.m. order is provided. Okay. So understanding mathematical patterns allow you to identify such patterns when they exist. You will not be able to gain the benefit of pattern unless you see them and notice them. So mathematical pattern analysis is important for predictions based on logic. Okay. So there are different more examples that are shown in class 5 contents like GCD also and with other examples of there are lots of content. So in order to complete other slides, I have shown few examples in the last slide. So let me know up to this. Do you have any questions? So excluding organizers, I can see almost 10 students attending. Actually 10. So I hope the last contents are will be helpful to you. So I have 30 minutes left. So I am trying to show you contents for class 7. Okay. In class 7, the topic is given in as iterative process. Okay. So this is a syllabus. I am trying to locate class 7. See, in the new education policy, in class 7, standard 7, there is a topic simple patterns in mathematics just now I have covered, and there is a iterative process examples. Okay, so I am trying to complete this iterative process now. I hope you are with me. Let's continue with iterative process. So now it will start again with easy things after a lot of mathematics and complex patterns. Now it is easy one. So let's consider the daily attendance. Okay. So every day your teacher takes the attendance. So these slides are according to students' point of view. Okay. So every day teachers takes attendance. Teacher has a register with names of all students. What does the teacher do? Teacher read first name from the register and the student responds to the name. And teacher makes entry in the register. Okay. Next, teacher read second name, second student responds, and teacher makes entry in the register. Okay. And the process will continue until the last student exists in the class. And this way, attendance is taken for all students. Now, so what do we observe here? A teacher repeat some steps like reads name and update the register with present or absent. So the teacher repeated the steps till all the names in the register were read. So this is nothing but an iterative process. Okay. So repetition of a set of steps with a defined end. So in this case, the repetition ends when all the names in the register are read. So this is the easy concept, but when you will apply some concept here, what is going on here? Here loop is going on. Whatever activity done for student 1, it is repeated for n different student. Okay. So same thing is repeated n times. Consider this necklace. Okay. Take the bed necklace and count the beds. Okay. So consider the first and shift to the next. Count the second and then third, and then in such a way you count all of them. Okay. So you can repeat the same thing again and again. Okay. So this is never ending process. So this is an example of never ending process. So yes, counting beds is an iterative process which never ends. Okay. Like in the first example, taking attendance, there is an end from 1 to 100 students, or maybe 1 to n number of students. At the point n, it will stop. But in case of this necklace, the counting process will never end. Okay. So when in higher class you will teach programming to your student, if you are familiar with for loop, while loop, so you can use for loop example for attendance. Okay. Like counting from 1 to n number of students, starting from 1, next is 1 plus 1, it is 2, second student, 2 plus 1, 3, third student, and it will continue up to n. So attendance can be solved using for loop. Whereas counting your necklace, it is a never ending process. So during when you will teach while loop, you can use this example. Okay. So while loop is a never ending process. To stop while loop, you need to use break statement. Okay. Whatever programming you want to teach your student, this concept will remain same. So there can be different examples, birthday sweet distributions, similar examples. Then like lunch break in school, same example. Okay. So this lunch break in school, let's see the example in details. Now let us look at some more example of iterative process. Okay. So if it is lunch time in school, let's take two students, Saurabh and Pooja, are eating lunch. Okay. Saurabh has got chapati, sabji, and Pooja has got sandwich. Okay. So consider this figure. Saurabh has some chapati and sabji. Pooja has some sandwich. Okay. So let us write down the steps to eat the tiffin. Take food from the tiffin. Take a good bite of it. Take food from the tiffin. Take a good bite of it. And this process will continue when it will end when Saurabh did not like sabji today, so he ate only one chapati and stopped midway. Okay. And Pooja finished the whole tiffin. Okay. So in this process, the loop ends depend upon the condition that Saurabh did not like the sabji. Okay. So the condition to stop is Saurabh did not like the food. Whereas Pooja finished the whole tiffin, and the process ends when it is void, or maybe it is null, or maybe it is zero. Okay. So observation, You can say break command is used here in case of Saurabh. Here, in case of Pooja, stop or break command is used when it is say 0 or null. Okay. So what observation we can make? So eating food is an iterative process. Saurabh ended the process forcefully when he stopped eating after finishing one chapati. So this is an example of break statement in for loop or maybe in while loop. Okay. So Pooja continued the process till the food was over. Okay. So iterative process can have forced end, stopping to eat the tiffin even though food is not finished. Okay. So iterative process can have defined and stopping when the food is over. So example of Saurabh is forced stop, okay, or forced end, and example of Pooja is your defined end. Okay. So this ending process is different depend upon the condition. So let's again try to play with numbers. So take any numbers like 13. Okay. If the number is odd, add 1 to the number. Divide the number by 2, get the quotient, and repeat step 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So has step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Okay. So this is 2, 3, and 4 number step. So let's see how iterative process can be useful in mathematics. See, let's take number 13. So since the 13 is odd number, add 1. So the result is 14. Whatever you have result, you divide that with 2 and the result is 7. So quotient is 7. Okay. So see, step 1, 13. Step 2, add 1 with 13 is 14. Step 3, 14 divided by 2. So result is 7. Step 4. Now repeat step 2, 3, 4. So what is the remaining here? It is 7. In step 4, whatever result you got, repeat it with step 2. So now if you repeat, bring 7 here. 7 plus 7 is an odd number. Okay. 7 plus 1, it is 8. Okay. Since it is 8, you divide it with 2 to get 4. Okay. And 4 is the even number. Since 4 is the even number, so step 2 will not be executed. Why? Because it has a condition if. Okay. If the number is odd, so number is 4, 4 is not odd number. So this step 2 will skip. But step 3 will continue. So 4 divided by 2 is result is 2. So quotient is here 2. So repeat for 2. Since 2 is an even number, step 2 will not be repeated. Whereas step 3. So 2 divided by 2, remainder is 1 or quotient is 1. Okay. So sorry, here it is, I should spell it as quotient. So 1. So 1 is odd number. So 1 plus 1, it is 2. Okay. So these steps will repeat. Okay. It is never ending process because every time you will get 1 and you will do this same process and this will continue. So this is an example of iterative statement. Okay. It is a never ending process. So what do you observe in this process? So it is an iterative process. This process could be never ending once we get the quotient as 1. this process can have a defined end stopping when the quotient is 1. Okay. If you can add one statement like if the quotient is 1, then don't repeat. Okay. So there can be different examples like find the name and address of students. Okay. Or maybe some examples would tell positions of a number. Okay. What is the position of 54? Okay. So iterative process will continue. Position 1, next. It is 2, next. It is 3, 4, 5, 6. So the position is 6. At the position 6, you have 54. Okay. So how you have observed it? Let's say take the number 54. The logic here is that compare the number 54 with the first number. Is 54 equal to 15? No. If the number 54, just 1 minute. If the number is 54, return the position as 1. Else go to next number. Okay. So repeat the above process till you find 54 in the table and tell its position. So it is an iterative process. So let me repeat again. 54 match with 15. So no match. Next go to next position. 23 equal to 54? No. 98 equal to 54? No. 37 equal to 54? No. 76 equal to 54? No. When this position below 54 is equal to 54, note down the position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6. 6 number position you can find. So finding the position of a given number from a table is an iterative process. Okay, the process ends when the desired number position is found. So you have successfully used iterative process to search a number in the table and tell its position. So there can be different examples, more number of examples like shopping experience, and maybe other examples you can collect from the internet. You can use them to teach your student what is the iterative process, how it can continue, or how it can be stopped in middle depending upon some condition. So inside iterative process, till this slide, what we came to know, we know how to use loop. Okay, inside loop we can use break. Okay, you can stop iterative process using some condition. Okay, and that can be defined also, or that can be not defined. Okay, or conditional. So let's make a summary. What is an iterative process? When a step or task or a set of steps or tasks are performed repeatedly, it is known as iterative process. Okay, and iterative process can have a desired goal and when the goal or result is achieved, and it can be never-ending process. So this is just recap of all the examples. Iterative process with defined end, iterative process with never-ending. So like daily attendance, distribution of sweet, eating lunch, finding name in register, finding the position of the number in the table, shopping and billing groceries. All these examples are available in this slide. I have explained attendance, then lunch, then position of a number in a table. Okay, all of these have defined end, but counting necklace, counting beds, it's a never-ending process. Dividing a number by 2, that I have shown with example 13, these two are never-ending process. So this thing should be clear to you that you have just now learned iterative process with defined and iterative process with never ending actually. Okay. So with that, class 7 first lecture is covered. So I'll quickly go with second lecture of class 7 with regular expressions. Okay. So in last class, what covered, you can just explain them, the examples. Okay. So what you will learn, teach them next day, this regular expression. You can motivate them with your some pre-knowledge. So let's see some interesting facts. Your class has 50 students. Find out how many of them contain the alphabet A in their name. Okay. So name of the students can be here different names. So among them, Rahul, Neha, Rohan, Bina, Aditya, they has A in their name. Okay. So can we write the search pattern that you will use to find these names containing the letter A? So how you will find? Okay. You will be able to find using regular expression. Okay. If your students are not able to recognize that term, the term regular expression is new to them. So it's not a problem. Taking their names and finding a similarity of names starting or ending or maybe A in between in the spelling of their name. So that example can be used to teach regular expressions to your student. Okay. In case of vehicle numbers, if you observe, so three examples are shown here. Do you know that vehicle number starting with MH12 belong to Pune? Maybe vehicle number TR belong to Tripura, or maybe AR belong to Arunachal. Okay. So vehicle number starting from MH01 belong to Mumbai and starting MS14 belong to other areas. Okay. Suppose from a list of vehicle numbers, we have to identify the one that belong to Pune. So can you write a search pattern for this task? So among these three, whenever you will find a matching 01, MH01, so that will belong to, sorry, mistake from my side, MH12. Whenever you will find MH12, it will belong to Pune. Okay. So we can use regular expressions to find whenever 12, it is Pune. So in searching through sentence, like what if we have to search for a sentence and find out all the words that contain given alphabet. Okay. This is similar to finding names with A, so we can use regular expressions here as well. We will also sometimes call regular expression as regx. Okay. Regular expression. Now we are going to deep concept, okay, in regular expression. So in your computer keyboard, whenever you will see this symbol, means it matches the starting position of this search pattern. Okay. So this, whenever you will use this, it will match the starting position of the search pattern. Whenever you will use second symbol, it matches the ending position of search pattern. Okay. Similarly, dot match any character. 0 to -9 match any digit. Small a to z for matching smaller alphabets. Okay. And capital will be recognized using capital A - Z. Slash S will be used to match white space character. Star match preceding pattern element 0 or more times. Plus match preceding pattern element 0 or more times. Okay. Question mark match the preceding pattern element 0 to or more times. So these are some expressions we will use. Okay. So let's take a story, the bear story. Okay. So let's take, this is a story. Suppose we want to find out all the word in the story that start with the letter F. Okay. Can we write this search pattern as regular expression? So in this whole story, you will able to find words with starting F. How it is possible? Okay. If we will use this expression, that slash s means it will skip the white space, like here forest or found or fond or field. These words can be searched in the paragraph using regular expression. $S will skip the white space before each word, and F will search word F, and A minus Z will search your alphabets with small letter, like forest O-R-E-S-T, here O-N-D, here O-U-N-D, I-E-L-D. So this will search your small letters, and stars are for maybe for 4 letter, or maybe for 5 letter, or maybe for 6 letter. If you will put star, it will continue. It will find for 4 letter, or maybe for 5 letter, or more than that. So what new things you have learned here? You have learned a regular expression of, this is an example. Okay. For class 7, they know how to write regular expression. Okay. So another example, let us consider the table below, which shows the score of maths test. Okay, suppose the maximum mark for this test is 50. Okay, so here you have to find suppose we have to assign grades to the student. Okay, so A star for student who have obtained 50. Okay, A for 40 to 49, B for 30 to 39, C for 30. So your aim is to put them some grade. Okay, like here it will be A, it will be B, it will be A. Depend upon their marks, you will place them in grade. Like 50, it will be A star. Okay. So can you suggest a search pattern to find out who all qualify for grade A? So for this, how you will write a pattern? See, for Arjun, Dhruv, Neha, and Veena, they are in grade A. So how to write the expression here? So if you will see my last summary, this signal is used, this symbol is used for matching the starting position. Okay, so that's why here the marks highlighted in green are the ones that would qualify for A grade. So regular expression for finding such mark is starting with this and 4, means it will compare the starting one, 4, 4, 4 and 4, and rest are anything between 0 to 9. Maybe it will match for 4, 0, it will match for 4, 1, or it will match for 4, 6, or it will match for 4, 9. Okay, it will match marks that start with 4 and have exactly one digit between 0 to 9 after 4. So what new things you have learned? This is the example, second example for regular expression. So there can be different examples for finding names, or maybe finding different patterns. Here summary is that you have learned writing regular expressions with two examples, and a few more examples are also available in this slide. So regular expressions are sensitive. They understand small and capital alphabet differently. Okay. So quickly, I have 5 minutes. Quickly, I'll just show there are some contents for class 8, but I'll give an overview and then I'll close my presentation. You can observe the contents from the CS Pathshala website available in Google, or at the end of this lecture, I'll give the link from where I have taken this slide. It is available freely for you. So for class 8, the iterative process and pattern are going to deeper concept. Here for class 8, you need to teach them modeling a system and improving it in iteration. Okay, they have two lecture in class 8, starting with first one. Now they have some mathematical concepts for considering some functions. Okay, with functions they can now generate some numbers, like for if you have one function as 1, you can find square, like 2 it will be 4, like 3 it will be 9. Okay, so these things, more complex things will be taught for class 8. So second example can be like for equations x square minus x plus 5. If we have x value 1 to 10, it can find value like for 2, it will be 4. 4 minus 2, it will be 2 again. 2 plus 5, it will be 7. So how to generate series, that will be taught in class 8 first lecture. Okay. So few more examples for multiplying two numbers, finding cube, or maybe another example of what if my air conditioner does not keep temperature constant. So how to on or off. So developing logic. Okay. So whenever temperature is lower than a threshold, lower than the threshold, you made it on, and whenever it is reverse way, it can make it off. Okay. So these examples can be studied and can be taught to your students also. Second slide is all about using mathematical model of physical and biological system to predict future behavior. So in class 8, they will be able to predict the future of a system by using some examples like, can you predict wind energy produced in 2030? Okay. If data is provided to them, like in 2017 it is 17 it is 100, 18 it is 200. Similarly, what will be as a result in 2030? Okay. So see there is 100 gap. Okay. So counting from 26, let's to 2027, 28, 29, 30 means you have to add 400 with 1000. So in 2030, the value will be 1400. Okay. So in class 8, summary is that students should be able to find the future answer depending upon the past or previous answers. Okay. Try to teach them developing logics. For data analysis, like plotting a graph showing data of wind energy prediction. Okay. So in future, what will be the value? So depending upon the present value, the future value can be predicted. So the graph is flowing in linear direction, and class 8 student should be able to predict the next value depend upon the graph. Or mathematical modeling of a system like graph of the data about wind production is linear straight line. So equation followed is y equal to mx plus c, where m is the slope of the line and c is the y-axis intercept. Okay. So whenever they will predict the next value, how they will do? They will find m. Okay. In mathematics, we can find m by change in y divided by change in x. Then you will be able to get m. Okay. So how you will calculate? Substitute m as 100. Okay. So you get y equal to m x plus c. Okay. So taking y as 600 and x as 2022, you get the value for c. So c here is this value. Next time you can use c value for the equation y equal to mx plus c. So you have m value 100. For position x, you put x and you have c value. So easily you can predict y depend upon x. Okay. So we have thus modeled the wind energy production as a linear equation. This equation can be used to predict the future value of a wind production. Okay. So in this way, different more examples can be shown to them to find prediction of the future values. So in this slide, lots of other examples are available. Like this example is showing that linear increase, then there is a fall. Again, linear increase, there can be fall also, like share market prediction. So lots of applications can be there. Due to time limit, I skipped few of the slides for class 8. So in this syllabus, uh, in my 2 lecture for the last class and today's class, I tried to complete iterative pattern and process. Okay. So I hope I was able to show you some conceptual things here. You can use the same slide to revise the content for your class 1 to class 8 students. I'll be happy to receive any feedback or any question from the audience. Or if no question, I'll end here.
Any questions, audience?